How does your realtor get paid? Today I'm going to do a short video covering exactly that, because I've noticed in my day-to-day conversations with people that most people don't really understand how that works. Welcome to Jerome in Real Estate. I'm Jerome, your local realtor here in the Fountain and Colorado Springs area. Let's find out how I get paid. First and foremost, I want to make sure you understand that you definitely want to read the portion of the you want to read the entire contract, but there is a specific portion of the contract which will detail how the realtor is being paid, right? So you definitely want to take advantage of that and read it and understand it. Ask questions to the realtor if you don't quite understand what's going on. There are a couple different ways that realtors can get paid, but I'm just going to go over the most typical way that you'll see realtors being paid. All right. Number one thing that I want to go over is that typically realtors do not get paid until the very end, until closing day, right? Once the job is done, that's when we get paid. All right. So when all the funding is distributed, the property is basically exchange hands. That's when checks are distributed out to the brokerages and the realtors, and that's how we end up getting paid, right, at the very end. But that still doesn't answer the question of who exactly is paying. I'm going to try to break it down for you, all right? So generally speaking, the listing side, the seller, right, pays out the commission to the seller brokerage, the listing side brokerage, all right? And then the listing brokerage will then split that commission with the buy side brokerage, right? Each brokerage then in turn distributes a portion of their respective commissions to the realtors that are working with them. So that's actually how that gets broken down. Generally speaking, the commission splits you'll see for the brokerages and the realtors that are working with them, you'll see like a 70-30 split or a 60-40, you'll see 80-20, and normally it's the high percentage portion will go to the realtor and the lower percentage portion will go to the brokerage, all right? Now let's put things into perspective. It's not quite as black and white as you might think at first, right? Because I just said that it's the selling side that is paying for the commissions, right? That's the money's coming out of the seller's side. But if you really think about it, everyone should know that, which means that the listing price of the property will probably have that incorporated into it. So it's built into the listing price, which the buyer is paying for, right? But then you take that one step further, okay? Most buyers aren't going to pay, flat out cash. Most aren't. So it ends up being rolled into a loan, which a lender is actually covering, okay? And this is spread out over typically a 30-year period. So you could say that it's really the lender that's ending up paying for it, because most buyers, a typical owner of a home will stay in the home for right around 5 to 8 years. So everybody's kind of splitting the cost a little bit. You can think of it that way, okay? Because if you're not spending the entire 30 years in the property, you're not really paying for all of the things that you think that you're paying for, okay? So it's definitely good to take these things into perspective. So that's my short video and generalized concept of how realtors get paid. If you like some of the tidbits I'm giving out and some of the information, don't forget to like the video and then subscribe so you don't miss my weekly content. I'll see you next time.